Base 10 blocks. We've practiced this a couple times, right? So we know that this is how many? 10, and this is how many? 1, right? We call these tens and we call these ones because we know that this is always 10 and this is always 1. Today I'm going to show you some tens and ones, and it says how many tens and ones. So I don't want to know what the number is altogether, how much it makes, but I want to know how many tens and how many ones. So let's look at the tens, okay? How many of these tens do we have? Just one, right? There's only one of these tall rods. How many ones do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? So we have 1 10 and we have 4 ones, okay? What we can do is we can put them together, the 1 and the 4, and what number does that make? 14. So when we have 1 10 and 4 ones, that makes the number 14. All right, how many tens and ones? Let's look over here. How many tens do we have? Just 1. How many ones do we have? Some of you guys can subitize this and you know that it's already 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So how many tens do we have? 1. And how many ones do we have? 6. If we put them together, a 1 and a 6 makes 16. Good. All right, how many tens and ones? How many tens are here? 1. How many ones do we have? 0, right? There are no ones over here. So we have 1 10 and 0 ones. When we put them together, a 1 and a 0, what number does that make? 10, right? We only have 10. How many tens and ones? All right, now it looks a little bit different. How many tens do we have now? 1, 2. How many do we have? 2 of them, right? So there's 1 10 here and another 10 here, and that makes 2 of them. How many ones over here? 1, 2, 3. So we have 2 tens and 3 ones. When we put those numbers together, a 2 and a 3, that makes 23. Good. How many tens and ones? All right, let's look over here again. How many tens do we have? 1, 2. We have 2 of those tens. And how many ones do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 ones. So we have 2 tens and 7 ones. When we put the 2 and the 7 together, that makes 27. How many tens and ones? All right, let's look at the tens. How many do we have over here? 2. How many ones do we have over here? 5. When we put them together, it makes 25. Good. How many tens and ones? All right, ooh, now it looks a little bit different. How many tens do we have now? 1, 2, 3. We have 3 tens now. And how many ones do we have? 2. So when we put the number 3 and the number 2 together, that makes 32. Okay, how many tens and ones? All right, over here we have 1, 2, 3 groups of 10. And over here, how many ones do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can put those numbers together. So we have a 3 and a 6. That makes number 36. Okay, how many tens and ones? All right, look over here again. How many tens do we have? 3 of them. How many ones do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 3 and 8. Can you tell me what number that's going to make? 38. Good job.